Welcome to Blind Cafe's Naked DJs podcast, where every day we expose ourselves to the very best music. Some days we like to shake it up, some days we let it all hang out, and others we just like to stick it out there for you to listen to.
Hello, this is DJ Maria. I am your host this week for the Naked DJs. We have Tom and Johnny and Curtis, Julie, that is Foxy Lady J, and Michael, that is Lightning Blind Mike. And today we have a very interesting topic, something new, a virtual music-themed vacation. The company Topeka, virtual music company, is putting this together in Florida. People go there for a week. There are 7 days of vacation, swimming, and I don't know, tennis, whatever, like a resort. But for 5 hours out of the on 5 of the 7 days, they have 5-hour virtual concerts with big headliners like Sheryl Crow and Jason Isbell and Need to Breathe. We're talking about this because it is a new way of doing music. The founder of Topeka, this company, Andy Levine, is saying, we want to make sure that people know that this is a music-themed vacation, not a festival. And I guess part of that is the virtual aspect of it. But I want to know what my fellow DJs think about this. So if we want to do a round robin, I guess we could start with Johnny.
Okay, what do I think of it? It's new, it's interesting. I wouldn't mind going to check it out, really. I mean, still I'd wear the mask and do the social distancing, but that's like some of the rules that they're going to be doing anyway there. But I've never been to a concert on a golf course. That would be interesting. I like it. I mean, it's a fresh idea. You know, it gives kind of pumps new life into the music business, in my opinion. How about you, MJ? What do you think?
I think it can be an excellent idea. There are some pros and cons with the whole thing, but for the most part, it can be a very exciting idea. Like I told Julie earlier, I said I had some great ideas that they could come out with that or something with that. But on the forefront, yes, it's a great idea, but I do have my negativity towards it as well.
Well, the one thing that I did forget to mention, that it is a golf course, and also that people will be renting houses. So it is like a regular vacation, but what's been added are those virtual concerts. And 5 hours a day, that's a lot of music. So this is why they're calling it a music-themed vacation. Well, why don't we hear from Curtis?
I think it's a good idea, a good way to take a vacation and check out some good music. And we were talking about a few episodes ago about how they were going to be doing concerts and different ways they was going to bring it back. I can tell you this is definitely original.
Well, that's what I was thinking, Curtis. You know, for the past couple of podcasts, we've been talking about how the music industry can do a comeback. And this is very exciting. It's also a little on the pricey side. I think it said $750 to $1,400. I don't know if that includes your rental property for the week or if that's just for the concert part. But the reason that they call it a concert and not a festival, because with a festival you can walk around. And I guess with this, you don't get to go up to the stage.
Okay, how about, I know one question I got, and this is for the people who own their house. I guess that would be Maria, Julie, and Rick. Curtis, I don't know if you rent or own, and Tom, I don't know if you rent or own. I know I rent. How would you feel about renting out your house to someone or some people for a music vacation like that?
As long as they didn't tear up stuff, and if it made me some money, like The Price is Right, come on down.
Well, where are they getting these houses? Is it part of the resort, or are they having local people rent their houses? I mean, I've had the experience of using a rental house for a weekend, which was very nice. But I don't think it was a house that people normally lived in. I think it was just normally used.
Local people are renting out their properties in Florida, kind of like a bed and breakfast kind of thing.
Now, is that over by you, Tom?
They got together with a rental company that does rent out vacation places. I guess the people give up their homes for a week on the golf course, and obviously the rental company is going to be stepping in and, filling out all the forms and making sure everything's okay. Yeah, is Delray by you, Tom?
No, I think it's over on the East Coast, Pompano Beach.
Well, given that the last time years ago I looked at the Hilton in New York, it was like $300 a night. If you look at it, plus the concerts and the golf course and everything, rather cheap at $1,400 a week.
Hey, Julie, what would Rick think about renting out the house for something like that?
He wouldn't rent this one out. If we had a rental property to rent out, he would, but there's no way he would rent this one out. We've spent too much time and money making this a vacation home in itself.
I think I would invest in some rental property just to be able to do something like this.
That's a good idea. I like that.
I can't see it being $1,400 a week. Most of the rental stuff around here on golf courses and out at Disney go for $1,400 a night. And then you add the music on top of that. I think they're talking $1,400 a night here.
Hey, I'm not hating on them, because everyone's got to make a buck.
It just says a ticket price ranging from $700 to $1,400.
Yeah, I think it has to be per week because it said they have over 300 rental properties to help along with this 7-day week thing. And that's basically how I'm looking at that. They made deals, and depending on where you get your house or whatever package you get, that's where it ranges from $750 to $1,400 a week. I think if it's a night, it better be more than 3 acts a night. That's for sure.
Well, you're talking numbers because of the fact that you're doing a concert venue. So they're counting on strength in numbers and mass marketing.
Hey, if I'm paying $750, I want to at least get a T-shirt,
They also... Oh, go ahead, Curtis.
Not only that, depends on how big the houses are, if you can get like 5 or 6 of your friends, just like in a hotel, you kind of double up or whatever, that drives the price down for you.
Correct. And also they did say you could order food by your phone and it will be brought to you. And they also said in front of the stage, there would be the Stars merchandise and album sales. I don't know if they have somebody selling that stuff.
See,
they will.
That's the issue that I have right there, that they have an app for the food to come to you, or they have an app for if you want to buy their merchandise, they'll bring it to your table, that type of thing. That takes away from the fun part of the show. That takes away from the getting out and looking at all the merchandise and and having fun. I just don't like that. And then I saw that they said that more than 3, because after 3 acts people start to get restless, they leave their pods and all that. It's like, wait a minute, what do you mean by pods? Can someone explain that to me, because I don't like that term.
And it's called a bubble. I think they got those in China where like you're in restaurants and you're in your own little bubble or pod or whatever. It's called a social pod.
You in the bubble.
Yeah, see, and that does it for me right there. I do not want to be put in like a little bubble, social bubble or whatever, and then they bring stuff to me and everything else. I'm sorry. I want to go out and have fun and walk around and enjoy the music while I'm listening to it, and picking up merchandise and purchasing it myself. That's my negativity of that. And also, I think Curtis said too that the artists and all that are all virtual. They're not really there. So that really sucks for me as well.
Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do? You're gonna you're doing one song, or you're hearing one song. You all gonna flick your cigarette lighters, and the artist is gonna see that? I don't think so.
One good thing though, Michael, is now that most of the world has been vaccinated, maybe things will change a little with that now.
Yeah, see, and that's the other thing too. They said, oh, well, you have to show proof of 72 hours of vaccination before you show up. Excuse me. If you're going to be put in a bubble, then why do you need to show up and show proof of being vaccinated if you're going to be in with your own group?
Because I don't want you coughing out in the air and, kind of infecting my 6 feet of space.
Exactly. I don't want you coughing on my bubble.
And you got to understand, it's my choice when it comes to certain stuff, but when it comes to vaccination, it's somebody else's choice. So they're trying to make you have to take it.
It seems to me that without these virtual concerts, it's a nice vacation of golf course, seascape, tennis, a nice rental home, room service, and the music is just an extra that some people might be interested in, some people not.
Well, I want to go back because Tom mentioned that, it's a marketing thing for rentals and the cost and everything. They're only allowing anywhere from 2,500 to 4,000 people a week to be a part of this, compared to a regular music festival that would probably bring in about 100,000 people a week for something like this. And if it's $1,400 a night, to me, that would not be worth it.
And they're going to make money off the food. People are going to be buying merchandise and anything. They're going to be using because they said you can do what you want, go to the beach and do all this other stuff. People are going to be playing golf. So, oh yeah, they're going to make some money.
Tom, would you purchase something like that?
I think there would have to be more than three artists to keep it interesting, personally. I already go to the beach. I already, do those things. I don't play tennis. I can't keep my eye on the ball. But the
just
Florida,
listen for the grunt.
Yeah, exactly. I already do all that stuff to a certain degree. So, no.
Actually, that is a good question. Why don't we take that around the table? Would you pay for something like that?
No, not really. I guess one, because I live here in Florida. I don't play golf. I see where Marie's coming from for a lot of families. The tennis, the swimming, the golf. They certainly have something for everyone. I don't particularly like vacations like that. I like to go to a 5-star hotel and be waited on hand and foot.
Oh,
well,
right.
Then that app and all that should be perfect for you. No. So now that I'm thinking about it even more, that's $1,400 a day and you're on a golf course, this and that. If you did play golf or if all this stuff is happening in the area of the resort, and usually it would cost you a couple $100 a day to do it, and they're only charging you $1,400 for the week, that would be possibly worth it you're correct, for a sighted person. But as for me, lightning blind Mike, I would not have any reason to do any of the sighted activities. So what would I be doing? I would be sitting at home in my own house or the house I'm renting, or waiting for someone to take me to the beach, and I might as well just stay home.
I just don't like the idea of the virtual concert because it may not be quite the same, but I could stay home and watch cable or YouTube and, listen to whatever I want to listen to there. I don't think that I would travel to a new place. It might be an added attraction that I might drop in on 1 or 2 days. I don't know, about 5 hours. 5 hours a day for that. You really have to be into virtual concerts, I think.
And as for me, I'm currently in negotiations with Julie to let me borrow her credit card so I can come down there and check it out.
Oh, there you go. That's pretty cool. As for me, out of all the acts they were talking about, the only one I know is Sheryl Crow. That's about it. they'd have to have more acts that I know in order for me to spend that type of money to, come down and see that. Plus, I don't play golf really. I mean, go to the beach. I don't go to the beach that much either. I really don't do much of anything. So to me, it wouldn't be worth it.
I love Maroon 5, and Sheryl Crow. I would go check it out. And I'm sure that if this is a success, that there's going to be other artists. I think A$AP Rocky might even be on the menu for that. But I'm sure there'll be other people.
Well, to be a little bit optimistic, maybe this is a little bit late because the vaccines are coming in. And this might just play on some people's fears. People might not want to jump right back into the old ways of doing things. And that's where the hook would be, maybe.
And we jumped right into the story without really telling people. It's called the Moon Crush. I think they're calling it Resort, aren't they, for the week? And that's the name of the week-long vacation that's going on.
Is it me or does that sound like something that's redneck or something? Moon Crush.
That makes it sound good. I wasn't even sure what Moon Crush referred to. I thought maybe Moon Crush was the area, which is why I didn't mention it. But I think Moon Crush, it doesn't really fit. Moon Crush, I imagine people outside under the stars, and that's not what's happening. They're inside in the bubble.
Yeah, and I agree with Johnny, and I also agree with Curtis. I think Curtis said basically the same thing. Johnny mentioned that, you want to have acts that people that the artists. I know Adam Levine, sort of, but Sheryl Crow's the biggest person there. I don't know anything about the Bone Crushers or whatever they are. I would definitely be picking which night I'd go and listen to the music. They would have to have more than one huge name there. That's for me to spend that kind of money.
I heard of Green Day also.
Oh, we've all
But
heard of
I'm
Green
not too
Day.
familiar. And of course Sheryl Crow, and there's Jason Isbell, and
I'm familiar with Need to Breathe. They do crossover plus a lot of Christian stuff. So I'm familiar with their work.
Oh, I'm familiar with Need to Breathe too, because I need to breathe.
I was just going to say, I'm real familiar with that. I do it a lot.
my idea of vacation is a lot of good food, maybe a beach, some good shows. But I mean, if I'm going to go to see a show on vacation, I want to see a live show. I'm sorry. To me, I would not pay a lot of money just for the virtual. Maybe it's an added attraction. I could see, I could see checking it out, but I just don't see it as a big draw at all.
The fun part of going to a concert is being able to mingle, being able to meet interesting people, and the ambience of the live concert. That's all part of the fun. I'm over all this bubble-ish, restriction-ish crap that has been forced and imposed upon us.
Oh, thank you, Tom. And now it's time for a commercial break.
Do you love collecting comic books? How about action figures? Are you looking for that special gift for someone? Then the Comic Collection is the place for you. They have Pokemon, vinyls from days gone by, collectible CDs, and so much more. If you have questions about the Comic Collection, call Dave at 215-357-3332. That's 215-357-3332. Or visit them on the web at www.thecomiccollection.net, where you can enjoy prices lower than you will find at the mall. That's www.thecomiccollection.net.
Okay, we're back, and we are talking about the virtual music event at Moon Crush.
Now, I want to say something about the virtual because you guys were talking about it and I didn't get a chance to key up. When they come out on stage and it's virtual, I mean, I know what virtual means and all that, but do you think it would actually sound and feel like they were up there just because it's a camera? I mean, that's all it is. It's just a camera, right?
I would think it would leave, to me, it would leave something to be desired because something would be missing, would feel off to me.
Didn't they do something like this with Elvis?
I was just
because he
thinking the
couldn't
same
leave
thing.
the country.
Knowing them, they're probably going to use holograms. But if I was them, I would. If I was the artist, I'd be performing somewhere where I'm all hyped up and maybe somehow he or she can hear the audience so you can kind of get hyped up. But it wouldn't surprise me if they use holograms.
But is it going to be a live virtual performance? Are they going to be remotely playing, or is it just going to be a recording?
There's a conspiracy theory right there for you, Julie. Is it all going to be pre-recorded and they're just going to... I mean, it's not going to be live. They're not going to be able to talk to the... I don't know if I like that.
They could. The technology is there where they could interact, but will they? And how's that going to work? I don't know.
See, and that's the thing. You can't interact with the crowd that's sitting in the front row or somebody that's cheering, and because you see people interacting with the artists and the artists are interacting back. That's where you're going to miss that as well.
Yeah, I agree with that.
With the drive-in concerts that they've done here in Florida, the artists are virtually live, and they somehow are able to tie all the feeds together for these drive-ins, and they are able to interact with the audience to a certain degree.
So are they able to see us as much as we're able to see them then?
That's correct, yes.
That's right. If you love that last song, please honk and flash your lights 3 times.
Thank you for flashing and honking your lights, but oh wait, nobody really did.
Well, I guess a live remote is a step above just an image on a stage, something. But still, they're not really in the room. It's I don't know. I find it kind of depressing.
Well, we've all been to we've all been to live concerts and stuff like that. At least I like to imagine we have. And to me, I'd rather see someone live on stage at least, because that's what it just makes it worth going there. It makes it really good.
There's something electric about live concerts, live theater. You can't always put your finger on it. But just the fact that you're in the room with this person.
All right, so I have a question for Julie, though. Julie, if you went to one of those places and they wanted you to wear a mask, do you feel like they should enforce that because you're in a bubble?
If you're
Nobody puts Julie in a bubble.
If you're in a bubble with your family or whoever you went with, I don't see why you would have to wear a mask, because you're not wearing a mask while you're in the condo. But if there are people coming up to you or you're mingling with other people, then yes, definitely I would wear a mask.
Here's another point to ponder. Why in the world would you wear a mask in the first place? Because prior to you coming to the event, you've got to prove that you've had your vaccination for COVID.
I thought it was you had to prove you were tested negative for COVID 72 hours. And if I think when you're in the bubble, I don't think you have to wear the mask, but I think if you go outside the bubble, yeah, you got to put it on.
What does the bubble look like?
It's just a clear plastic bubble.
Looks like a bubble.
How do you get in and out of it?
Well, what I do is I take some of that bubble mix thing and I just take the wand and blow one right around you.
There's got to be a door towards the back so you can see all the way around except for one little area. Or it's got to be some kind of a curtain, clear. I have no clue. I've never seen one of them, and I'll never be in one of them.
Lightning blind Mike in a bubble either.
It's like you can't put lightning in a bottle.
And do they have to wire it for sound?
Oh, that's another good question. See, I don't know anything
Maybe
about
they'll
the
give you one of those boxes. Maybe they'll give you one of those boxes like they do at Applebee's.
Now, Julie, would you walk around with a mask on if they wanted you to, or are you just going to sit in your bubble the whole time and wait till the concert's over?
If I was sitting watching the concert in my little bubble, I would stay there. If I was going to walk around, the mask would immediately go on.
And if the bubble is air conditioned and it's like, 100 outside, yeah, I think you're going to stay inside the bubble.
So I have another question, and this can go towards Julie and all that as well. If you're sitting there at a table with your friends and family or whoever your group is, and they put the tables social distancing a certain amount apart, and everybody has, and if they get up, they have to put on a mask, but if they're sitting there, they don't have to wear it. So why would you need a bubble if that's the case? Because I mean, they're all supposed to be social distancing a certain amount apart anyway.
Exactly.
Because the coronavirus is a smart virus. It knows when you're standing. It knows when you're sitting.
I hope you're joking.
It knows when you're sleeping. It knows when you're awake. It knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake.
And stay in the bubble and wear a mask and get tested and get vaccinated. It seems like this is kind of playing on our fears. I don't have anything against masks. I think people need to wear masks. I hate it when people say, oh, it's against my personal freedom. It's not. It's to protect each other, really. But, the thing is, with all these things put into place, we are going to beat this pandemic, I think. And this is just sort of saying, well, we're still going to stay extra safe. It just doesn't sit right with me.
All right.
And besides, if you're on the golf course, okay, are you going to be like driving a golf cart? You're going to be walking around. I mean, and like Lightning Blind Mike. Or if you're on the golf course, are you going to drive the golf cart?
No, I'm going to be ducking because I don't want to get hit by a golf ball.
You're going to drive it right into a bubble.
So I do have a question for each and every one of you. And I'm going to start with Julie here real quick. Now, I've been bringing this up for quite a bit, as in, the different concerts, the different places, everything else. So my question to you, Julie, do you actually think this is, we all talked about it at the very beginning. We all were asked this question. So now that we've all talked about it, do you actually think this would be a good idea for a vacation to do once a year? Do you actually think this is something that you would actually do or even be a part of?
Well, no, as I said, this is not my cup of tea. I like a 5-star hotel where, again, there's swimming and golf and whatever else the hotel has to offer. Mainly the pool and the ocean. That's my kind of a vacation. And I like a hotel that on the weekends has a platform where there's a band playing, normally a reggae band or a country band. I'm quite happy with that, but no, sitting around a golf course, going to a concert, that's not my idea of a concert. Like I said, it's just not my cup of tea.
All right, no, there's a reason why I'm asking, because I have a reason for this. And I'm going to go with Tom. Tom, what's your consensus on this?
I'm ready for a concert the way a concert should be done. Like I said, I'm over all this masks and restrictions and this and that have been imposed on us. I'm ready to go back to being normal.
And of course, we want nothing but honest opinions, and I know you guys are doing that. I'll go with Johnny next. What do you think?
No, I wouldn't do it. I myself, I'm going to take a vacation and go to a concert or something like that. I want to see some live music. To me, I want to go to Vegas. I want to go to the casino. I want to have some fun, relax a little bit. But I wouldn't pay that kind of money just to see a virtual concert because it leaves something to be desired in my book.
Now, of course, I know we're all blind and it makes a big difference, but I haven't heard anyone bring that up yet, so that's a good thing. Curtis, what do you think? Would you go do something like that?
Not just for a concert. I didn't really go to concerts when they were live. I went to a couple of concerts in my life, but not just for a concert. There would have to be some other stuff that I would be doing. And then, oh yeah, let me go check out Maroon 5 and Sheryl Crow.
There you go. Maria.
I don't like it. Like I said, it's just like another thing tacked onto a vacation. I wouldn't pay extra for it really. I'd check it out. I wouldn't want it to be a central part of my vacation at all. No.
And I'm the exact same way. I don't feel like I would go do something like that. That is not my thing whatsoever. Again, because of not because just of the restrictions or anything like that. I just wouldn't go do it because it's not my cup of tea to go and do something like that. And yes, part of it for me is because of my blindness, but I can socialize pretty well, as you know, because with doing the whole wrestling scene. And the reason why I asked that question, because look at this, there's 6 of us here. Could you imagine if they asked the same question to 1,500 people, how many more people would actually say no to this as well? Because it's just not the same. So again, we were talking about this before, and now we finally came down to they came up with an idea, and we still don't like it. And on all of you just said, basically, let's go back to the regular concerts and everything. And I agree.
If I have to fly to Florida to go to see my favorite person, I mean, I didn't do that when I did go to the concert. I waited till them to come to my town or as close as I could get them before I went. I mean, I'm not going to fly to Florida and spend all that money just for a concert. Now, if I'm going to do it, I will make a vacation out of it and do some other stuff.
Yeah, like stay at my house for the week and jump in the pool and sit at the bar, the tiki bar, and have fun. Yeah, that's my kind of a vacation.
Yeah, Julie even has her own bartender.
Well, see, I know if Tina Turner was in concert, yeah, I'd go. Maybe I might come down and go see Tina because I love Tina Turner. But yeah, I'd have to make a stop in Orlando to see the Parker people.
We also have a great radio station for great music here.
Absolutely, Blind Cafe Radio. Make sure you guys check it out because it's the best radio on the internet with the best DJs. Sorry, I had to throw a little plug in there. They are doing these little festival concert things more than just Florida. There's some going on in Vegas, and they didn't mention California, but they did mention one other place so far. And I think they said Topeka, so maybe that's Kansas.
Oh, if that's the case, then that's only like an hour from me, so I could do that.
No, that's the name of the company that's doing this, Topeka. That's the name of the music company.
But I do know they are in Vegas. They are doing it in Vegas. They made plans. And then with the whole coronavirus thing coming up, that's what put them on hold. And now with all the vaccine stuff, they're actually going to give it a shot.
I don't know. After what happened in Vegas with the sniper guy, how would you feel about going to a concert in Vegas, especially when it's going to be like virtual?
Well, hopefully they don't give it 2 shots.
Because then they could listen to Double Shot Thirsty Thursday with DJ Rick Rock.
There you go.
And they could name it Pfizer or Moderna.
Funky call Moderna.
Oh, that was funny, Johnny. How about you, Tom? Is this something you would do?
Nope. I'm kind of like you and MJ. I live here and I kind of do all that stuff, but I think it would be they're marketing outside the state of Florida, obviously.
Okay, I think we've got everyone's opinion, and we sort of agree on this.
Hands
Thank you,
raised.
but no thank you. So that wraps it up for this week on The Naked DJs. We hope you're enjoying the show, and goodbye for now.
The Naked DJs podcast is brought to you by the DJs of Blind Cafe Radio, where every day we expose ourselves to the best of music so we can stick it out there for you to listen to.
Go and check out Blind Cafe Radio at blindcaferadio.com and also follow us on Twitter at Blind Cafe Radio and on Facebook at Blind Cafe Radio. Make sure you visit our webpage at blindcaferadio.com where you can visit our naked DJ And this is the Blind Cafe Kangaroo, signing off.